tolten, había una china lavando su chamal.
That the Russell Tribunal here is a part of the prophecies.
The Canadian government is considering the process of calling the original people aliens in their own land. It is a final process of extermination.
The Russell Tribunal gave us a platform, an international platform, for the first time to get our histories out to the world at large. It was a time when we had a collective voice and we spoke loud and we spoke clear and people were listening.
The struggle goes on as our hair begins to turn gray and as we try to survive here in America amongst this, what they call the COVID-19, the plague that has come across America and the world, has to us a spiritual meaning as Indigenous people. And to put it in a few words, Mother Earth is telling us to slow down, to begin to respect each other as nations of people, and to begin to consider the human rights of Indigenous people, that we have a right to live. And that's what the fundamental change we made at the United Nations was all about, was that we are human beings, we have human rights.
Women of All Red Nations is an arm of the American Indian movement. We are women who are concerned about our survival.
I want to acknowledge the Bertrand Russell Tribunal who facilitated the calling of and for Indigenous peoples to hear the status of our lives and our survival. I thank them.
My children know more language than I did when I was 30 years old. They speak Lakota very without any of the baggage that many of the previous generations have had to endure. And they know songs, they know prayers, they're very dedicated to who they are, and they very, very much nourish their Lakota and Dakota identity and spirits on a daily basis. They live a life of peace and freedom to be who they are in a really safe place, and speak Lakota and pray in Lakota. And all of these opportunities I know are gifted to us through the previous generations, and specifically my mother and my aunties and my uncles, who really played pivotal roles in opening those doors for us to live a beautiful life.
But in this conversation and in the closing words, I was been thinking over a period of time what brought us to Rotterdam, what brought us to that meeting, and the issues remain the same. And in some cases, it's gotten worse. The reason why it remains the same is because our peoples have not given up. I will close my conversation here and urge us all to stand and to support that young voice that we just heard, and to educate those young people as to the values that have carried us this far: peace, equity, fairness to the people, and the creation itself. So with that, I'll close And thank you all for your hard work and much more coming. So let's stand and fight.